Hey, welcome back to the channel, y'all. My name is Keith, and I am sure glad that you stopped by today. It's a beautiful day out here today. And if you've been following the channel, you know the whole month of March is our spring reset, right? This is the month we're going to focus on making any repairs to our grill, looking at our supplies, looking at our tools, looking at our processes, doing all of that to make sure that we're ready to go come peak grilling season. Now, if you saw our last episode, I mentioned to you that we got some work to do on the Char-Griller Smokin Champ, and that's what we're gonna do today. I was looking over the Char-Griller Smokin Champ. I saw we had some rust spots, so I'm gonna take you step by step on how to address those and get the Smokin Champ back online. And y'all, I was looking at the model number and the manufacturer date on the back of the Smokin Champ. Man, this Smokin Champ is pushing 20 years old. That's right, 20 years old. So yeah, when you see rust like this on your grill, that doesn't mean you gotta throw it out. That doesn't mean that's the end of the grill. No. With the little DIY know-how and the little maintenance, you can make the repair and get your grill back online and save you a little bit of money. So if that sounds good to you, then let's dive in. Rust might look like a cosmetic issue at first, but if you ignore it long enough, it can actually weaken the metal of your grill. Over time, it spreads, thins the metal, and can eventually lead to holes in the grill. The good news is, if you catch it early, repairs like this are actually pretty simple. Today I'm going to bring you along with me as we go step by step on how to repair a few rust spots and protect the grill, so it's ready for another season of cooking. This Char-Griller Smokin Champ is pushing close to 20 years old, and with a little maintenance, it's still going strong. Now let's start with the tools and supplies you'll need. For this repair, the supplies are pretty simple. We're using Rust-Oleum high heat spray paint. We've also got some rubbing alcohol, sandpaper, paper towel, safety glasses, disposable gloves, and a face mask. And I've got a screwdriver, a pick, and a wire brush nearby to help remove loose rust and check the condition of the metal. Our first step is sanding the rusted areas. We don't have to take the metal all the way down to bare steel, but we do want to remove any loose rust and flaking metal. The goal is to create a solid surface so the paint can properly bond to the grill. For this repair, we're using 120 grit sandpaper, which is a good middle of the road grit for this kind of job. It's aggressive enough to remove rust, but not so rough that it damages the surrounding metal. You can see here how the sanding removes the flaky areas and smooths out the surface. First thing we're gonna do, let's come in and prep our surface. Now, for our sandpaper, I'm using 120 grit. The way grits work on sandpaper, the lower the number, the more coarse it is, right? So at 80 grit, 60 grit, they would be more coarse than this, but this is 120 we're gonna use. If you go higher, it's gonna be finer, so it's not gonna take off as much material, right? The higher the number is, but 120 should be a good number, kind of in the mid-range for us to do. So what I want to do before we paint, right, you got to prep your surface, man. If you've ever painted before, you know prep work is just so important. Now, we're not trying to have this grill win no beauty competitions. That's not what we're trying to do out here. We are trying to make sure we knock this down to where we have a nice smooth surface and we get rid of some of the surface rust you see. All right, so let's go ahead and get busy. So bring y'all in close. So that's what I'm trying to get to, right? If you go around our edges, all our edges feel good. Get down to some clear metal. But yeah, the rust right there, I'm not really concerned about that because we knocked down all around it, so that looks good. What I wanted to do is just come in and kind of pick around here and make sure we're still structurally good. But I can tell just by looking at it that we don't have any like deterioration, no pits, you know what I'm saying, starting to form or holes. So I think we're pretty good. Once the sanding is done, let's take a moment to check our work. I like to use a small pick or screwdriver to make sure there are no loose pieces of metal that could lift up later. If you can catch an edge with your fingernail or a tool, that's a sign it needs a little more sanding. What I noticed that I had some flaking right here. So what I'm doing is just trying to, structurally though, it feels good still. But where I had the flaking, I was just trying to chip that back. So I got to some good solid metal. Because if we don't address this and sand it down and make sure it's smooth, this is gonna flake on us. So I'm just trying to chip it up until we get some good solid metal. So coming in here, feeling nice and smooth. So I tried to get rid of all the heavy chipping. Now this is our oil drip hole there, so don't get confused and think that's like deterioration. That's the drip hole for our grease to drain out of. But yeah, it looks good. So I got me a little small screwdriver here. Let's see if we can get the chip. That feels solid. Yeah, I think that's solid. I think we're good right there. After sanding, our next step is cleaning the surface. Let's use some rubbing alcohol and paper towels to remove any dust, grease, and leftover debris. Acetone can work well here as well, but rubbing alcohol is usually easy to find and works great for this step. Taking our time and cleaning our surfaces is important because paint will stick best when the surface underneath it is cleaned and prepared. If the area is dusty or greasy, the paint won't bond properly and the repair may not last. Once everything is clean and dry, we're ready for paint. For this repair, we're using Rust-Oleum high heat spray paint designed specifically for grills and smokers. It's built to handle the temperatures these grills reach during cooking. We're going to apply the paint in 3 coats, starting with a light coat to establish coverage. We just checked over our work. Our surfaces look good. Now it's time to lay on some paint. And remember, make sure you use some high heat paint. That's the key. You want something that's high heat, something that's going to withstand the high temperatures of the grill. If you just use a regular old paint, it's going to flake off. All right? So keep that in mind. Let's get busy. After the first coat dries, let's apply the second coat a little heavier. Then we'll follow up with a third coat to fully seal the repaired areas. The key here is patience. Make sure each coat dries before applying the next one. All right, y'all, it's been a few minutes. And you see that? That paint's starting to dry. It's not tacky like it was. Not wet looking. Perfect. That's what we were looking for. So now it's time for us to come back and lay down our next coat. So after 3 coats, y'all, I think we're good. Just checking our work here over here on the left side. That's gonna dry up too. And as this paint goes through some heat cycles, it should start to blend together a bit more as that enamel hardens. So yeah, I'm pleased with it, y'all. Once the paint dries, the rust is sealed and the metal is protected again. What started as a rust spot that could have spread across the grill is now a simple repair, and the grill is ready for another season of cooking. So there you have it, y'all. Just did the repair on the Char-Griller Smokin Champ, and I'm pleased. We had multiple rust spots we went in and took care of. And remember, if you're gonna do this yourself, supplies. Go back, we gave you a detailed supply list, and also prep. Whenever you're painting a surface like this, prep is important. Make sure you sand it down, get all that flaky paint and rust off, and rub it down with that alcohol, that acetone. Also protective equipment, right? Make sure you're protecting your eyes, protecting your lungs when you get in here and do this. But this is definitely something that you can do. And if you want to go back and look at our past videos on this playlist, on this for this spring reset series, I'll drop a playlist up above so you can get caught up on where we are. But next up, I think we got the Weber Kettle, right? Remember last video, we got to look at the Weber Kettle. I'll drop a card if you want to go check that out. But yeah, Weber Kettle's going to be up next. Give it some repairs that it needs. But yeah, thank y'all so much for hanging out with me in today's video. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and turn on notifications. So whenever we drop a video, you'll be the first to know. and I invite you to come along with us on this spring reset for the month of March. Man, I love y'all so much. I can't say that enough. Really love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Until next time, grill boldly, serve proudly, and enjoy the process. I want to give a big shout out to our channel members. It's because of your generous support that we're able to keep creating and sharing these grilling resources. You're a huge part of this community, and we couldn't do it without you.